We're headed out for a little drive. We decided to support our local oil refinery tonight and take a meaningless drive. Actually, I think we'll try to drive just a little bit outside of town and maybe spy a deer or two. It'll be a lot of fun. I read one time that there's a psychological phenomenon that if you're like walking down a street or driving like this and you see somebody that you nod up. So if you see somebody you know, you go, hey, what's up, But if you see somebody that you don't know, then you nod down. You kind of do that, just do a nice little nod. And it made me think, when the Lord returns, when Christ comes back, I hope that for all of us, when you see him there in the clouds, that you can nod up. You can say, hey, good to see you. Yeah, I hope it's somebody that you know, instead of kind of having that formal, somewhat awkward, tense, what's going on. And in order for that to happen, or actually not just when he comes back in the clouds, when you see him anytime, or you talk to him, or he comes into your conversation, or you're in a church gathering of some kind and he shows up, I hope that you can, be excited to see him. So how do you do that? Taking drives like this reminds me back when I was a youth pastor. I was a youth pastor for a while in Augusta, Georgia, and we had a church van. And after every youth meeting, I would take most of the kids home. They finagled it that way, and we'd go to McDonald's or Dairy Queen or something on the way home, and then I'd take everybody home. It was probably the best thing that I did as a youth pastor, because what would happen would be that while I was playing music in the CD player, and as they were all talking and going crazy back there, every kid would kind of cycle through the front seat, and as they would move up there, they moved up there because they had something they wanted to talk to me about, or some burden they wanted to share, or something they wanted to get off their chest. And it was the best time to talk with them and to get to know them. And it was just important.
Just a minute, bud.
Brooksy has his, Brooks is all done with his gum, right, Brooks? But it was great, because when they move up in that front seat, I don't know what it is about driving, but when there's every window is basically like a screen, and we're just walking around. It was a really easy way for them to share. And I think getting to know the Lord is very similar to that. All you really need to do is move up to the front seat and say, hey, I'm here and I'd like to talk to you. I'd like to I want to learn. I want to learn from you. I want to share things with you. And it's as simple as just basically going and seeking him out, welcoming him into your conversation, into your drive, or whatever's going on. And if you invite him there, if you seek him that way, I guarantee you he'll talk to you. And that's the promise, and that's the expectation from Scripture. So I had a scripture to read. Brittany, are you ready to read for us?
Sure.
Okay.
John 15:15. No longer do I call you servants, for the servant does not know what his master is doing. But I have called you friends, for all I have heard from my Father I have made known to you.
That is awesome. So I hope you heard all that. What the Lord was saying there is that he wants to be friends with us. That if he came to earth to make it possible for us to be friends, not only with him, but with our Heavenly Father. And so take him up on that today. And whatever's burdening your heart, share it with him. And listen to what he has to say in return. And then I promise you, when he comes around, anytime in your life, and especially when he comes through the clouds one day, when the trumpet sounds, you can give him a big, what's up? All right, love you guys. God bless you. Have a great night, and I hope we get to see some deer out here. We love you. We're praying for you.